Now, obviously, this is a really important moment for you. I guess for some of you, it might be the first time you've moved away from home. For all of you, it's the first time. But it's the first time, I think, for all of you, you started physical geography at Kiel. So welcome on board. It is an important moment. It's a big opportunity for you. Your mission, if you like, over the next few years is to show that you've deserved this and to get the very best out of it. And if you put in your best, if you do your hardest work, do the best you can, then my job, my mission is to help you to get the best out of physical geography that you can, and to get the best degree you can, and to get the most out of university that you can. And I'm going to try and help you with that in hopefully a number of different ways as the year wears on, as the year draws on. Now, physical geography university is an adventure. There's lots of different things to learn, lots of things that you're going to be doing over the next few years. And at this stage, it's really important that you begin to think about how you're going to achieve that. What do you want to get out of this? Where do you want to take this? Where have you come from? Where are you're going? I always think at this stage, you're kind of here, and so far everything you've done up to this point has brought you to here, and we're going to carry on now, heading off in this direction, and somewhere here you're going to, all being well, get your splendid first-class degree, and then you're all going to go off into all sorts of other all sorts of directions to do other things. But what is that? What are you aiming for over there? Do you have anything in mind particularly, or is it more, what are you looking for? And how are we going to do that? What do you need to do? What do you need to accomplish step by step on the way to get that degree under your belt, and then to move on into whatever these different directions are? That's what we're kind of worrying about today, if you like. I thought of this last night as being a relevant thing to maybe show you at this stage. A geographer called Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, who you might have heard of previously. And his point there is that there are lots of different ways of encouraging yourself to do something. So you want, I guess, if you're here, you want to get your geography degree and then head off into doing something else, and I want to help you with that. How do you get someone to do something, or how do you help someone to do something? And his point there is, well, if you want people to make a ship, you could just give them orders and give them bits of wood and give them hammers and nails and things and tell them what to do, and they'll make a ship. Or if they really want to go and explore the ocean, well, then they'll figure out for themselves how to build a ship. So you don't need to worry about all those little trivial details if you have the big goal in mind. So likewise for you, there'll be lots and lots of little hurdles in here, learning facts about this, that and the other, learning how to do all these different things. But if you have a big goal in mind at the end as to why you want to do that, a motivation for you to get all that stuff under your belt, you'll find it's very easy and everything will work pretty straightforwardly. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to ask you to, so you can talk to your neighbours about this as we do this. I'm going to give you a handout, which is it's actually the headline statements from the IPCC summary that came out the other day. Just out of interest, how many people have a clue what I'm talking about when I go on about the IPCC summary that came out the other day? Just a quick way. So not many of you. Okay, well there's a way forward. We could find out what the IPCC is. Go and search for it on the internet. Start watching the news. Start knowing what's going on. The IPCC is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and it's been in the news this week because they issue periodic reports on what they think is happening with climate change and what they think is happening with climate change science, and it's a really quite big deal thing. And obviously it's very controversial because some people, especially the people that want to drill up more oil, go on about how the fact that climate change it's not really happening, and if it is happening, it isn't people that are causing it. Whereas other people say, oh no, climate change it's a big deal thing, and it is happening, and it is people that are causing it. And so there's lots of controversy when these things come out. You need to be aware of this kind of thing, so you must not be watching the news if you miss that. And you need to get into the detail of it. Now, one thing I could do is say to you, okay, here, printed on both sides of this lovely handout, are what they call the headline statements, the key points from this report that was issued the other day. I could say, okay, as physical geographers, we need to memorize these, we need to learn these, and there'll be a test tomorrow where you will be tested on your recollection of these points. Could do that, I'm not going to do that. What I hope is that gradually, as we move into the course, it will occur to you that you want to know that stuff, you need to know that stuff, in order not only to get your marks and get your degree, but because by knowing this and all the other stuff that we'll be covering in physical geography, by knowing that, you'll understand the world better, which is a good thing. You'll appreciate the world better. Maybe it'll get you some of you might be thinking in terms of careers, and you'll be thinking, well, if I can do that, I'll be able to get this career that I want. even if not for careers, you might be thinking, well, if I understand the climate better, I'll much more appreciate the world as I'm walking around and exploring it, whatever it might be that you're wanting to do in the future. But you need to identify something which is your reason for, well, your reason for doing geography, your reason for doing physical geography at Keele. Why are you here? What's this for? Where's this going to take you? What is it that you're looking at when you look out in that direction? So take a minute, and I think there's a tiny bit of blank space on the bottom of the back of this handout. Write down for yourself, talk to your friend about it, your new friends, talk to your new friends about it, and write down something as to, I'm not going to take it in, it's private to you and your friends. Why? Yeah, just why. Or what? Just what?